Today's topic, the most neglected part of your financial plan, your health. Bet you didn't expect that one was coming. This one comes from a decade of watching clients work their butts off to then have the fun part cut short, meaning that you were putting all this time and effort into your financial plan, right? Saving up money, saving so that you can then enjoy it in retirement. But throughout all of that, the one thing you forgot about or neglected to some extent was your health. So that by the time that you retire, your health just goes like this. And you just worked your butt off for all those years to have a very short span of time to enjoy it. It's really terrifying, horrible, sad. So the goal today is not financial advice. It's going to be a little bit of a pivot into the world of things to incorporate into your financial plan that are not financial, and they're all health based. So I got what I got here. I got five that I'm going to walk through. Clearly, I am not a doctor. Just like I say, I'm not an accountant, have a conversation with your accountant. In this context, have a conversation with your doctor or medical provider. But these are five good ones and five things that you should truly focus on to actually enjoy all the hard work you're currently putting into your financial plan. So let's get into those five. As always, before we get into the fun, if you have not done so, please subscribe to the channel. Click on the little bell icon, get a notification every time we release new content. Click on the thumbs up to make us look cooler to the YouTube world, which will continue to spread our message. Most importantly, if you have questions, comments, or other topics you want to see, drop those in the comments below. So again, today's topic is a little bit out of the ordinary, but let me tell you where this idea came from to put into the YouTube video. We just did a survey at the end of the year with all of our current clients, asking them what they enjoyed most about the Wealth Keel Weekly. That's a weekly email we send out. I say to all of our clients, but there's I think like 1,300 people on there now, and I don't have 1,300 clients. So it's a very broad email list that we have. And we asked them, do you only want to see financial content or do you want to see a little bit of a mix-up? They voted at a very high rate to see other topics in there. And the other topic I know best besides finance is actually health related, because that's the one thing outside of my family, my work, that's where I put the bulk of my time, towards health-related things. I love health stuff. So today we're going to get into these are the five we're going to walk through. Sleep, body moving, blood work, diet, and smarter people. So I'm just going to add some context because I continue to see it, and it just rips my heart out in terms of clients that save for all these years to then not fully enjoy their retirement because their health starts to decline. And then I wanted to get a little nerdy, so I want to add some stats in here. Here's what the stats were. Average American will work for 45 years. The numbers were, if you started working pretty much with right out of high school per se, compared to college, or for our group, physicians, right? Those years could be condensed because you had a lot longer training, a lot more time in college. But the average is 45 years. Guess what the average amount of time between retirement and death is? About 20 years. We're already in a bad spot here. It's a 2-to-1 ratio of work versus fun. That stinks, but those are the numbers. Now imagine if we condense that 20-year period. That's the whole point of this, right? Again, I'm going to note some people that I really like. One of my favorite people is Peter Attia. Peter Attia uses the term health span versus lifespan, right? Lifespan doesn't mean much if you can't do it. Can't do something fun, right? And that's what I noticed in those 20 years more than anything. Is I vividly remember having a conversation with a client where they said they couldn't take a trip because it included too much walking. And I thought to myself, man, that isn't how it's supposed to play out. That stinks. And it was just the physical nature of that type of vacation that they couldn't do it. A trip they wanted to do their entire lives, couldn't do it after working, let's just say 45 years, saving up to enjoy those moments. They couldn't because of their health. So that's why I do really like the term health span more than lifespan. Now with that, let's get into our top five, right? First one I listed, I actually sent this out in a client newsletter about a month ago. First one that I think everyone should be prioritizing in terms of their health for the greater well-being of themselves, not only today, but in the long run. Sleep. Sleep is probably the most important part to all of this. And before you say, well, I can't sleep because I have kids. No, doesn't work with me. I have 3 kids under the age of 7. The odds of us having a good night's sleep without any interruptions is essentially 7% at this point. So it happens. I get it. I know there are going to be phases of life where this is easier, but sleep is so important. Now, I'm not going to tell you how much sleep you need and why you're not sleeping well or why you have insomnia. Not my level of expertise. very good doctors out there. But one thing I will note, tools that we use. One of the best investments Mari, my wife, and I made many years ago now was something called an 8, the number 8 sleep mattress cover. It's this cool little mattress pad cover that goes over your regular mattress. I think they sell like a whole bed now, but I love it for the tracking. So it'll tell you, were you restless? How much deep sleep you had? How much REM sleep you had? What was your HRV? What was your resting heart rate? Helps you with snoring, all this stuff. I love the analytics side of it. I used to wear Whoop for a while, and Whoop kind of did those same things. But the neat thing about this is it's just built into your bed. It's not a wearable. It's built into your bed. But the reason why most people buy the 8 Sleep mattress cover is because it has a cooling and heating feature. Now, we live in Florida, so we use the cooling feature a lot. But actually, 8 Sleep has a really neat annual report they do, and they show like how people up north, they actually use the heating feature more often. But if you get into the nerdiness of sleeping, usually a cold environment is more important. While this is an expensive purchase, I would argue it was one of the best investments we made for our health, not only today. Clearly, we're happier, healthier people when we're sleeping good every night. But in the long run, these things, just like compounded interest in investing, your health compounds, right? Compounding health interest. So continue to grow there. So sleep is really important. If you want to make a big investment in your sleep, check out that sleep mattress. There are other companies out there. I just know of 8 Sleep because that's who we found very early on. We have no financial incentives with them, none of that. We just really love that product. Number 2 on the list, get your body moving. We're releasing this video in January, so I know a lot of you probably has those New Year's resolutions in play. I don't like New Year's resolutions, so I'm not going to go down that road with it. But if you're watching this and it's towards the end of January, when are we releasing this one? This is our, so it'll be towards the end of January. Most New Year's resolutions don't make it, I think, either 4 or 6 weeks. So if you're watching this and you did start a good habit, keep it going. Don't give up now, but get your body moving. I don't care if that's going to the gym. I don't care if that's getting into running, rowing, bicycling, long walks, rucking, canoeing, paddleboarding. I'm just naming everything I can think of right now. But get your body moving. And in terms of body moving, using another reference from here from Peter Attia, strength training is absolutely vital. Now, I'm not telling you to become a professional bodybuilder. Again, I'm not a doctor, so don't take advice from me. But if you're scared of weights, do the proper research. Talk to your medical provider. I almost said Medicare provider. We're trying to avoid those types of calls at this point. But talk to your medical provider. Find a good personal trainer, work with someone who can help you understand. Little strength training can go a long way, right? It's not saying you have to get in there, get into your trap bar deadlifts. You don't have to do anything crazy, but the importance of muscle, not only today for you, but as you age, probably more importantly, as you age, is so important. Especially, it's probably the biggest factor, I believe Peter T may even say this, to the overall health span compared to that lifespan. So get your body moving, some form. Find a hobby, right? What's the pickleball? I always call it paddleball. Pickleball, paddleball, whatever type of ball. Tennis, golf, something where you can get your body moving. If you can incorporate it into a hobby, even better. But number 2, body moving. All right, number 3 on my list. I'm still shocked by how many people don't do this. Now, in defense of that statement, it's only probably coming up on 5, 6, 7 years for myself and for Mari, where we do consistent blood work outside of our doctor's office. That catches some people off guard, but we actually will use third-party providers not linked to our doctor to get all of our blood tests done, and then we'll review those with our medical provider. So it kind of gives us a chance to get full panels. If any of you have gone to your primary care physician and said you want a full blood panel, most of the time they're going to give you a hard time. Even my physicians watching this, you're going to agree. I know you are, so don't fight me. Don't get mad in the comments. But it's very hard to get full panels. So you're trying to look for a full health review. Blood is the best way to do that. You get to see what's happening inside. And if you're a supplement, I enjoy supplements, finding supplements to, when I say supplements, we're talking like magnesium, creatine, protein, those types of things. I like knowing what's working for me. Even supplements before bed, taking extra magnesium, things of that nature. How are they affecting me? Are these numbers too high? Are these too low? This is something I just enjoy personally. Does not mean you should be doing this, but still getting consistent blood work to see how everything's looking, to seeing if you do have to adjust or adapt anything in terms of supplements or just your overall diet. Consistent blood work, I think, is probably one of the most important things. We're twice per year family, Mari and I, even the boys now. Even if it's annually, you're probably better than most. But consistent blood work is vital here to make sure everything's looking good. But this is, to me, this is proactive, right? You got to be proactive. You don't want to be reactive with your health. That's the key here. Number 4, one you're probably expecting, is diet. right? I'm not telling you have to go lose weight. That's not what I mean by diet, but actually the foods that you're putting in your body. We could go on this whole organic conversation. We're not going to get into like paleos and ketos and things of that nature, but just be aware of what you're putting in your body. If there's anything we're continuing to learn from the rapid intensification of how quickly news can travel, is we don't have the best food systems out there in terms of just accessibility to healthy stuff. Finding good organic options, understanding healthier proteins versus not healthier proteins, right? If they're getting pumped full of a whole bunch of junk and then you're going to eat that, guess where it goes? It goes into you too. So just be aware of that. There are much smarter people than myself in terms of diet. I just know what works best for me and for my family. But understanding the food going in is really important. That is vital to not only how you feel today, but again, that compounding health interest in how you go forward. So pay attention to that diet. Last but not least, this is kind of my coverall, and I call this smarter people. As I noted, not a doctor. I just really enjoy this stuff. I put a lot of time into this topic. Again, if it's not my family, if it's not my business, I'm usually doing something health-based. I love the Huberman podcast. I love Andrew Huberman. Some people are like, especially in the medical community, I think he is awesome. I think his podcasts are awesome. They're easy to follow. I love it. I really like Dr. Peter Attia. Another individual I found through Huberman is Dr. Andy Galpin. These are individuals that I spend a lot of time listening to. Do I follow everything that they say? No, I don't. I don't, because not everything's going to be perfect for me, and some things I might not just enjoy. Another thing that we're very proactive with is we found a more holistic, functional doctor for our proactive side. So Mari found this individual who really helps us review those blood tests. They're not prescribing medicines. They're saying, hey, supplement this, add in some more fitness, functional medicine per se. The amount of times our world-class physicians have told us that they don't learn much about nutrition throughout their studies, and that they also will note that you need to be proactive with your health. I don't ever want to see my physicians in the hospital in terms of I had something bad happen, I'm now reactive, and now I'm going to see them. Of course. Do things happen where I get into a car crash and I need them to save my life in that moment? Yes, of course. And again, I hope I never see them for that. And those things are going to happen no matter how good you're eating. But the key is in terms of proactive and staying away from them long term. That's what we're referring to here. And they usually, I don't think I've ever had one of our doctors, when we get into this conversation, ever have any argument against that. Most of them start clapping and cheering. But find smarter people, find people that might take a more holistic approach in terms of preventative medicine. And this, again, can be on the fitness side, it can be on the diet side, it can be on the supplement side, but find smarter people to help you on this journey. But most importantly, when I note finding smarter people, there's one person you need to look into the mirror every single day, every single morning, and that's you. Because no matter how great your team around you is, the only person that cares as much about you is going to be you. You have to control your health. You have to make those big kid decisions for you. And no matter what, you care the most about yourself. So no matter what else we covered today, you need to be the one that focuses on you. You need to put some time and energy into this. And again, I know I'm not the person to be on top of this soapbox right now, but I really truly am coming out of this from a financial planning perspective, because we do see this so often. And because I do enjoy this topic so much, I at least want to put some ideas out there. Even if your main takeaway from this entire video is, oh, that's a really good point. I'm going to work for 45 years and I likely get 20 years to enjoy it. I hope I can actually walk for all 20 of those years without pain. It can be that simple. If that's your only takeaway from this, I'm good with it. I'm cool with that. But understanding the investments you're making today in terms of your own personal health are just as important, if not even more important, than what you're doing in terms of your financial plan. Right? You can have all the money in the world, but if you can't actually enjoy it because your health is declining, what was the point? That's not fun. That's not fun. Also, another shout out to why work-life balance can be really important, and enjoying some of that money, that time today, because life's not guaranteed and your health is not guaranteed. But put some time and energy into it. Again, a topic that you probably don't expect to come out of the financial planning YouTube channel, but something I truly enjoy. So I hope this was helpful. If you have questions, comments, concerns, do not put them below. Talk to your doctor. I'm just kidding. You can drop us comments below. But again, not a doctor. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did like this little mix up, let me know. Maybe we'll try to add some more context here, or more content, I should say, on this topic, or maybe even figure out bringing in some more experts to have on these topics. But as always, thanks for hanging out with me for the last 15 minutes or so. If you have not done so, please subscribe to the channel. Click on the bell icon. You'll get notifications every time we release new videos. Thumbs up helps spread the word. Let more people know why health is so important to their financial plan. But again, thanks for hanging out with me. And most importantly, I'll catch you on the next video.